Greetings students, welcome to another math video. Today we're going to go over squares and square roots. So when you square a number, all that basically means is you're finding a number and then you're multiplying it by itself. So for example, 2 times 2 is equal to 4, 3 times 3 is equal to 9, or if you did 10 times 10, that's equal to 100. That's called squaring a number. They got that from the idea of finding the area of a square. If you take a look at a square, the area of that shape is its length times its width. And you'll notice the length and width is the exact same number because it's a square. So for example, if you had a square whose length and width were both 7 inches, to find the area of that square is 7 times 7, which is equal to 49, or they say 49 square inches. So the shortcut for writing that number is getting that number and putting a little 2 at the top of it. So for example, 7 times 7 is 49. But instead of writing 7 times 7, the shortcut would be a 7 with a little 2 right on top of that. So when you see that number, that tells you multiply the 7 times 7. That is not to get confused with saying 7 times 2, because 7 times 2 is 14, and obviously 14 is not the exact same number as 49. Now square root is just asking yourself what number times itself is equal to something. So for example, if I were to ask what is the square root of 49, I am asking what number times itself is equal to 49. Now, based on the work we previously did, we know that 7 times 7 is equal to 49, which means the square root of 49 is equal to 7. Now, if you're dealing with integers like positive and negative numbers, it could be both 7 and it also could be negative 7, because negative 7 times negative 7 is equal to a positive 49. Now, if you're not sure about finding square roots, you can start off with the basics. So for example, if I wanted to know what the square root of 36 was, I could start from 1 and just say 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Then just keep working my way up. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. 4 times 4 is equal to 16. 5 times 5 is equal to 25. 6 times 6 is equal to 36, which means the square root of 36 is equal to 6. Now, instead of writing out the phrase, what is the square root of 36? You could just write a little shortcut version of it by writing the number 36 and putting it in a little division sign with a check mark in front of it. So basically you just check mark, draw the line, and put the 36 inside of it. That is the equivalent of saying, what is the square root of 36? Now, if you take a look at this chart on the side here, I have a list of what we call the perfect squares. These are numbers that when you multiply by itself, you get a whole number. And I have them all the way up to 20 over here. It's not recommended to memorize it. Maybe up to 10 would be fine, or maybe up to 12 would be fine to memorize that. But the key idea is just understanding what number times itself is equal to another number. That will help you with lots of different things like solving equations, especially polynomials to the second power. But that's, another video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it, share it with some other friends, comment on it. That helps with the YouTube algorithm. For my students, I'll have some problems attached with this video. For the rest of you guys, just try out some square roots, like what is the square root of 512, and just work your way from there. I'll see you on the next video, and always remember to keep on mathing.